Good morning, everyone. Rose Coleman coming to you live from my craft room here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. It is Thursday. Where is this week going? Oh my gosh. It's Thursday already. I've got my coffee and I have a fun project I'm going to share with you today. This is something that I always tend to lean towards this time of year. We're all getting very busy, right? It's that time of the year. And we like to do things that are quick, and you can whip up a bunch of these in like no time. So, uh, when my kids were in my daughter's in grade 11, my son is already out of school, out past his post-secondary, but when he was in grade school and when they were both in elementary school, I used to volunteer all the time, and I used to send treats to school for Valentine's, Easter, and Christmas especially, right? So it's fun to make little treat containers and just to surprise and delight people. And maybe you make treat containers for neighbors or little friends in your neighborhood, people that come to your door. You know, these what I'm going to show you today uses a 6x6 piece of paper, and you can whip up a ton of these in like really no time at all. So, and you can decorate them really, fancy, or you can keep them simple. And I love it because the person who receives it does not have to wreck the container, right? Because if you make stuff out of designer series paper, it's really nice to be able for the recipient, if they want to be able to keep it and reuse it and to pass that gift on. So I'm going to show you how to make some really fun, easy treat containers using some products that are leaving. As you guys know, the holiday catalog that we have right now is only in effect until January 3rd, and there's a bunch of things that are retiring. Stampin' Up! Does this all the time when we get a new catalog to make room for new things. Some things have to go into retirement, right? It's just the way life goes. So I'm going to play with the frosted gingerbread stamp set again today, and the matching dies. They are amazing. I love how they have the different layers, and I'll show you when I flip my camera. So I'm going to put my coffee down, and we're going to flip the camera and get started on this cute little project. Now I need to do a shout out to Kim Price. Kim is a demonstrator from the UK, and I found this on her YouTube channel from, I think it was back in 2016. She did a video. So I am I'm giving her credit for this little container, and I'm bringing it forward to 2021, and we're going to make a card. Hi, Carol. Thank you for joining me. I'm not making a card. I said card, didn't I? I'm making a treat container today. All right, let's get started. Let's flip the camera and get you pointed down at my work surface here. Here we go. Oh, okay. So just bear with me while I turn my camera, and you can see my work surface. Okay, so let's lower down a little tiny bit here. And let's bring in the stamp set first. So we're playing with frosted gingerbread. I love the stamp set. It's photopolymer. You can see all the stamps here. And the matching dies are unbelievable. They are so amazing. We've got, here's the card that they come on. We've got all these layers, okay? So you can do the bell, just a plain bell, or you can do the detailed die over top of it. And the same thing for the star, the ornament, and the snowflake. So lots and lots of options. And then we've got this really fun border die that I played with a couple of days ago. As well, you can see over here on my desk, I have all of these little pieces. These are all included in this set, you guys. They are amazing. So we have the little circles, all these little circles. So if you ever need of a small circle die, this set is definitely a must-have. So you can see here all these circles and then the little swirls, so we can make candy. Okay, so this stamp set has the stamp, this one right here, sending you peppermint kisses. I love this because, and there's peppermint stamps, because it's not just Christmas. We have happy holidays, yes, and we have wishing you Merry Christmas, but honestly, the snowflake and the peppermints and this greeting, as well as you're the icing to my gingerbread. Well, maybe that is Christmas. But like all these other things here with peppermint kisses, like if you've bought this stamp set or you love this stamp set, you should go ahead and grab it because you can make some really fun Valentine's stuff with this one because the peppermint kisses and the snowflake is gorgeous, right? And you could use the snowflake and the layers to make beautiful scrapbook pages, cards, all kinds of stuff. Now, one thing that does coordinate with this bundle, and it is stunning, is the paper. So it's a 6x6 pad of paper, and it's called Gingerbread and Peppermint. It's a 6x6, it's 6, as I mentioned, and you get all of these fun patterns. And again, it does not scream Christmas. We've got greens, we've got peppermint candy here, and yes, absolutely, the dies will cut out these, right? All of your circles will match, and you can cut out all these circles if you wanted to. And we've got plaids, we've got snowflakes, all kinds, cinnamon cider with the, oh, and more peppermints on the back. Beautiful, beautiful designs that you can use any time of the year, not just for Christmas, right? I'll flip it over and show you the other sides. Now, the other sides of each paper are phenomenal for other reasons. Like this one, you can use the dies and cut out the ornaments. You can cut out the snowflakes. You can actually cut out every single piece of this one piece here because we have all the dies for it. And let's see, what else do we have? We have, yes, the bells and some more snowflakes. Look at that, and more peppermints. This is a really, really nice stack of 6x6 paper. So I'm not gonna cut these out today. I'm gonna keep them for future cards, but what a great idea to be able to cut out 2 bells, add a little bit of ribbon, and you have the front of the card, right? So stinking cute and so easy. All right, so there's more bells and more ornaments. I want to show you this one when I get to it. Where is it? This one, and I only have one package here, you guys. This is not multiple packages. You get a ton of paper in this package. Look at the mittens. Now, we do not have a mitten die, but you can easily fussy cut those out. And the star, there's no star, but you can fussy cut these out. No problem. It would not take you very long. So that's that pattern. That's why I haven't used this pattern, because I'm keeping these pristine because I want to be able to use them on a scrapbook layout. And let's see, I'm just going to grab all of my images here that I will be cutting out at some point, because I don't want to make tree containers out of them, because I want to keep them so I can cut them. There's another one here. Let me show you this one. This one has trees, all these gingerbread trees, right? And we don't have a die for that one, but you can fussy cut that one as well. And look at that. You have how many trees? You'd have 7. I can't count. 8. 8 trees on each piece here. So I've kept these ones as well and have not chopped them out, because that is definitely an option. So what else? I think I've missed a couple of patterns. This one here is beautiful, and you get the smaller version of the images that are in the stamp set. So really, really fun paper, and it is leaving, you guys. It's leaving. So grab yourself some of this before it's gone. All right, so I'm going to use these patterns here today to make some more of these little treat containers. I've already made a bunch, but I'm going to make another one here today. I'm going to use this pattern right here. I love it. I love the little peppermints. So before I get started, I do want to cut out some more of these dies. So I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and we're going to cut these all at one time. So, if you're worried about all these little dies are so finicky, you know what? It's fine, because it's just one swipe through your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and you will have everything you need. So let's bring this in. I'm just going to raise up a little bit here, and we're going to, I've got some scrap bread, and let me grab some more scrap white. Got some scrap white here. I'll put that there, and I'm just going to take all my circles, and I'm just going to cut a whole bunch. Put them all on at once. No biggie. I'm sure you all have scrap cardstock laying around. So get out your scraps and put them on your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and we'll cut all these out at once. See that? Doesn't even take up much room. All right, so I'm going to do my swirls in red. I've got a couple of green ones already on my desk, but I'm going to do this batch in red. See what I've got going here? I'm going to run this through really quick. Put my top of my sandwich, I call it sandwiches, put my top on. Now, I didn't use Post-it notes or anything. I'm hoping these will stay in place if I'm careful. There we go. Okay, so let's get rid of this. And let's see what we've got. All right, so I'm just going to swipe it all onto my desk here. Okay, so I'm done with my machine. I'm just going to put it back in its spot. Okay, so let's see. I twisted my camera. Sorry, guys. All right, so we've got our die cuts here. So we've got our red little swirls. Just going to pop those out so they fall onto my work surface. And we've got circles here. All kinds of circles. This one overlapped a little bit. We're not going to worry about it. Okay, so we've got all this going on. You know what I like to do? I like to bring down, do I even have one here? Yes, I do. I'm just going to grab my little jar here. I like to bring down like a little jar or a little glass. This one was actually from, I think it was from Costco. It was filled with a dessert, but I was not throwing out this little glass. And when I'm doing stuff and I don't want to lose my little dies, and I know I'm going to be using them again, I just take them like this and I throw them in my little glass, right? And then I don't have to worry about them falling on the floor, getting stuck to something. You guys have seen that happen to me. Okay, so I'm going to stick these together. I'm going to grab my silicone mat because this is my favorite way to control the glue. So I'm going to swipe all of this onto my silicone mat. And we're going to just glue. We're going to glue this stuff together. So I'm just going to put my circles up here and we're going to quickly come in here and add some glue to these little candy swirls. So I'm just going to get my glue going and I'm just going to do a little dot on each of the little candies, just like this. Now you could totally have run these through. I could have used the adhesive sheets, but you know what? It's just as easy to pull out the glue, in my opinion, and just come around here and just dab, dab, dab. Little tiny dots of glue, and then you've got all of these little mint candies ready to go for a project. All right, so now these coordinate. So I've got a big circle right here. That's going to coordinate with my bigger swirl. I'm just going to lay that circle right on top of there, flip it over, and there's one candy swirl. And then the smaller ones, well, let's do the medium ones. So we have a medium one here, a medium one up here, and another medium one over here with the green. Just go ahead and lay your circles right on top. Easy peasy. You don't even have to worry about picking them up because they've got glue all over them, right? So we have some little guys, and these are like not the tiniest ones, the second to the smallest die. I'm going to put those on here. Now I think these smaller ones are probably for the designer series paper. There are some smaller circles that you can cut out. But let's just flip these over. So there's my extras. And look at that. I've got a whole bunch. Whoops, I didn't do this one. This one here needs to be stuck down. All right, so I've got a whole bunch of mint candy. Aren't they adorable? Oh, okay, I love them. I'm just going to set these off to the side, and we're going to get started on our treat containers. Okay, so we're going to bring in some of that paper, this designer series paper. I've got a 6x6 piece. You don't even need to worry about cutting it. You just use the whole piece. I have my Simply Scored board, and I'm going to take the paper, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it up in the corner, and I'm going to score down the whole length at 1 3/8. So if you're mathematically challenged, like sometimes I have to stop and think, what is 1 3/8? Well, 1 4/8 is 1.5. So it's basically one little notch back from the 1.5. So 1 3/8 all the way around, all the way down. Turn it clockwise. Then I'm going to score again at 1 3/8, but this time I'm stopping at the score line. Okay, and then I'm going to also do 2 3/4 all the way down, and I'm going to do 4 1/8 of an inch just to the score line, and 5.5 inches all the way down. Okay, so the only two lines that are going all the way down are 2 3/4 and 5.5 inches. The rest are only, you can see it better here in the light with the green side. But these two score lines here are only just to that score line, okay? So they're just the, let me just fold it so you can see a little bit better there, like that. Okay, so we're done with the scoreboard. I'm just gonna put this off to the side. We're gonna bring in my bone folder, and let me lower you down here. Can you guys confirm that you can hear me okay? Always worry that you can't hear me, and you know, I know you can still see what I'm doing, but I want you to be able to hear me. So I'm just going to score all of these lines. I'll score that one across. Now these ones in here, you don't need to worry about scoring, just maybe give them a little press so that you can see where you're going to be cutting. So we're just going to bring in, I'm going to bring in my snips, and I'm going to cut this rectangle over here. You just cut that right off. Okay. Whoops, something just fell off my shelf. What was that? Some ribbon. Oh boy. Okay, so we're going to cut straight up on all of these 3 lines here. This is the bottom of the little treat container. So 3 of those. And then the 2 middle ones, we're going to round the corners. And to do that, we have a punch in our catalog. It's called the Trio Punch, and it has 3 corners. That's why it's called Trio. This one right here is for corner rounding. So I'm just going to take these. Actually, maybe I can do 2 at a time because it's just designer series paper. Let's try that out. So I want to do corner rounding on the 2 middle tabs, okay? So I'm folding it together. I'm going to pop this in to, let me show you the punch. You can hear me? Okay, thank you, Kathy. The punch has, if I hold it on the side, you can see these little guidelines here. So when I slide the cardstock in, you want to slide, or the DSP, you want to make sure you're touching both of those guidelines, and then you'll be in the exact spot for that corner to punch. And then just give it a punch, and there we have a nice rounded corner, and it didn't seem to bother it so that I was doing 2 layers, so that's good. We'll go ahead. I would not recommend doing 2 layers though. If you're punching through cardstock, it might jam up. It probably will jam up your punch. So there we go. We've got corner rounded on both of those. All right, so now we're going to bring in our tear tape. Now my tear tape is here on my desk. Here it is. Okay, so we need tear tape. So this side panel here, we're just going to fold it over, and we're just going to put tear tape the whole way down. Okay, so just like that. And then the tabs. Now you can pick one of these. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to pick this one, and I'm just going to put some tear tape on it on the inside. And this is how easy it is. Totally easy. That's the only 2 spots where you put your tear tape. Now you can burnish that and peel it off. Peel off your wax covering. You can use take your pick tool if you're having trouble. I'm just going to use my nails today, and hopefully I won't have any trouble. Okay, so when you're done and you've exposed all of your tear tape, now you can just take it and simply fold it in half. So just fold it in half like that. And then we're going to take this and we're going to just pop it out. And it's naturally like that. You only have 2 score lines. This is what I love about this little box. And then you're just going to fold in the square ones, the ones that I didn't round the corners. And then the very last one that you're going to fold down is the one that has the glue on it. And that's how easy it is to make this little container. Isn't that cute? So cute. Okay, so now it's ready for treats. So let's put some, these are my favorite mint patties. You can get these at Costco. I think it's only $10 and you get like a huge container of them. And we can fit 3? Yes, we can. 3 peppermint patties in there, mint patties, and just grab yourself a hole punch, any kind of regular hole punch, office hole punch that you probably have. If you have a crocodile in your collection, if you've been around with Stampin' Up! For a while, you probably know what I mean by crocodile. Those handheld punches are amazing. So I'm just punching a hole here through. Now, is my punch stuck or what? Okay, I think it's There we go. It wasn't releasing. Okay, so punch your hole like that. And then I'm going to use, oh my gosh, you guys, I haven't checked the website if this is sold out yet, but if it's not, actually, I think it's carrying over, but you can tell that I have loved, loved, loved this red ruffled ribbon. And the proper name for it is, okay, it's real red, and the name of it is, it's mini, right? It's called mini, turn, rose, turn, mini ruffled ribbon. Okay, so real red mini ruffled ribbon. Love, love, love that. And I just have a piece here that measures 4 inches. Okay, so I'm going to take that. It's going to go through both sides of my treat container, just like this. And then that should be enough to have your nice little tag at the top. And I'm going to bring in now some of my twine. Let me straighten you up here again. Okay, so we have our baker's twine. It now comes in an essentials pack. So in the essentials pack, you get white, gray, vanilla, and then crumb cake. So I'm going to use a little bit of white, and we're going to just cut probably, let's try 6 inches and see if that works. I'm just going to come in here. It's going to come from behind, and we're just going to tie a little bow. So we're just going to hold that down, and you can tie a knot, but I kind of want to do a bow because I don't want the person to have to wreck the container. And, you know, I mean, if it's a kid, they may just rip the whole entire ribbon off and are anxious to get into it. But if you put a bow there, then someone who appreciates the time you put into making things will probably take the time to untie the bow, and they'll know how to get into this treat container without wrecking it, right? All right, so there's my little bow. Just, you can maneuver it and try and make it pretty and make it sit right. So there we have it. Let's make this one a little bit shorter. So I went with 6 inches of ribbon. Probably could have done with less. Really depends on how big you want your bow to be. So I'm just going to bring in my scissors, and I'm going to just clip that. Now you could also use a little mini clothespin or any other kind of little clip, mini binder clip or something, if you didn't want to do the hole and you didn't want to do the trim. But I just think this real red trim is just so pretty, and I wanted to use it on my treat containers. Okay, so there's our treat container. Now how are we going to decorate this? So I'm going to bring in my stamp set, and it has sending you peppermint kisses. I think that belongs on here. And you know what? It's going to be great because I can use this for Valentine's Day too if I wanted to. So I'm going to use Old Olive ink, and I'm going to use my Sending You Peppermint Kisses stamp. So let's make sure, looks like there might be some residual ink left on that one. Let me just wash this up, my chamois, and make sure. I don't want to be putting real red ink into my Old Olive ink pad. So I'm inking this up with Old Olive. There we go. I'm going to bring in this punch here. Is called Label Me Lovely. I love, love, love this punch. It's a good size. You can stamp a lot of stuff with this one. You can punch a lot of greetings out with this one, is what I'm trying to say. A lot of bigger greetings. Now you can also take this and you can turn it, you can shift it to one side if you want to have an extra spot over here to add things to, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to push the greeting over to the side so that I have a little bit of room on the side over here to put my peppermints. So I'm punching that out, and to get rid of my naked white edges, I'm going to use my sponge, and I'm going to add a little bit of green, the Old Olive green, to the edges. Just makes it pop a little bit more. Just like that. There we go. Okay, so let's bring back my peppermints that I made. Here we go. And I have lots of peppermints. I mean, I don't need to use them all on my little tag, but it's good to have more than you need, because then you can make more projects, right? I'm all about doing batch work. I like doing things in batches because then it just makes life easier. So I'm going to use a dimensional. I'm going to put one there. I also have my mini dimensionals. So let's do a green one up here. and maybe another little mini green one down here, like that. Okay, so for my mini dimensionals, I love to use my take your pick tool. This is my best friend, this little tool, to put that on there. And then we're going to put that right, let's see, let's put the green, little green one up here, and maybe we'll do another red one. No, I think I need another green one. All the candy. Okay, so we'll do another green one, and we'll put that one down. We'll tuck it in behind this one. There we go. Now, I mentioned to you that the stamp set also has the mint candies as well. So you could totally stamp them if you wanted to. You could stamp a couple, just have some flat and some that are raised like that. So let's do that. Let's put this on a block and we'll do a couple of little stamps because, you know, why not? If you've got the stamps, you might as well use them, right? Okay, so we're going to just stamp, and let me grab my background so that I keep my grid paper clean. Just going to stamp right here like that with my old olive, and I'll quickly clean that up, and we'll do a couple of red ones as well, just to tie all the colors together. All right, real red. Here we go. So I'm just going to turn my stamp, and we'll add some to the top of this tag. And all the peppermint. Peppermint is my favorite flavor. I love peppermint. I love peppermint chocolate. I love just mint candies. I love everything mint. Okay, I'm going to add a couple more dimensionals to the back of this tag, and we'll bring back our little treat container, and we'll just add this to the front. Look at that. Voila, it's done. So easy, right? 6x6 paper. I know we all have extra paper laying around, DSP, designer series paper. You can cut it if you have other designer series paper. You can cut it into 6x6. Like, I mean, if you have 12x12, whoops, I don't know what's going on with my screen here. If you have 12x12, you can cut it down into 6x6 and make a bunch of these. I love that they have the nice square bottom on them, and they're so, so easy. I would love to see what you guys do with this idea. Once again, I just want to review the measurements. So with your 6x6 paper, you score it at 1 3/8 of an inch all the way down. I'll put this over on my blog. My blog is right here, rosecoleman.com. So you're going to do 1 3/8 all the way down. Turn it clockwise, and then you go to 1 3/8 only to the score line. Then you're going to do the only two lines that you're going to do all the way down are 2 3/4 and then 5 1/2, and then 4 1/8 just to the score line, and that's it. That's how you get this simple, easy treat container that you could load up with whatever you want. You can totally put peppermint real kisses in here, like Hershey Kisses. The little candy mints that look like this can go in here, all kinds of different things, right? So I hope you guys will try this one out and use up your paper because, you know, there's always more where that came from, right? Let me just flip you around here. So thank you all for joining me this Thursday morning. Brr, it's cold here in Calgary, but I had fun making this little treat container, and I'm going to mass produce this one and make a bunch because I've got lots of these peppermint mint patties that I got, that big thing from Costco, and I can fill these up, and they would definitely put a smile on someone's face. So I hope I've inspired you to pull out your stamps, ink, and paper. And Rebecca says she loves treat holders. Yes, I do too. I do too, Rebecca. They make great stocking stuffers too, right? Pop those down into your kids' stockings or your husband. And you can put lots of things. Like my daughter loves lip balm. So you could totally put a lip balm inside. All kinds of creative things that you can do with these little treat containers. So have fun, everybody. I hope you'll enjoy the rest of your Thursday. I hope you've got some stamping in mind. And don't forget to come back and join me tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock for my Fun Fold Friday. It's Friday again tomorrow. I can't even believe how quickly this week is passing. It's just like in warp speed, right? Take care, everybody. I'm so happy you came to join me. Please share my video with your friends to get stamping in front of more people. And thank you for all your thumbs up and your love and your comments. I really, really appreciate it. Take care. And if you're looking for more videos, I do have a YouTube channel. If you're on YouTube, just type in my name, Rosemary Coleman, and you will see my channel. And I would love it if you subscribe to my video, to my, not my video, my YouTube channel, where I upload all of the Facebook Lives that I do here. I do upload them over there. So you'll see them, any past videos. Probably the quickest way to see them is to go over there. So take care, everybody, and have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.